Like, I don't think there's no justification for that. Like, to be honest, I don't think it was she went down the game saying she was going to do that, but come on, it was a little bit worse. Like, it was a much harder hit than she's talking about.
She never saw it coming. 1 second, Caitlin Clark was gliding across the court, locked in like always. No ball, no warning. Then boom.
Chennedy Carter has always been kind of up against the fence when we're speaking about this Caitlin Clark situation.
So I'm just like, it's like one of those things, like, it happens in basketball. I know people try to say, oh.
Do I think she screwed up with the hip check? Yeah, of course. Do I think she has been a not great teammate in the WNBA? Yeah, of course. But is she fun as hell to watch play basketball? Yeah.
A blindside hit that sent shockwaves through the arena and had everyone asking, was that even basketball? The cameras caught it. The crowd felt it. And the silence from Chennedy Carter? That was the loudest part until now.
Like, you can criticize, especially on the court, when somebody 100% cheap shots your favorite player. Like, there's a level of going at it, but we all know with Chennedy Carter, it went way too far. Like, we can be honest here, it did go way too far with Kennedy.
Because just moments ago, Carter broke that silence. And what she said, it wasn't regret, it wasn't an apology. She called it normal, as if knocking the face of the league to the floor is just part of the game.
In basketball a little bit, there's things called talking, what you like to call smack or whatever everybody likes to call it.
Yeah.
Plays before things are said, you know, it's a part of basketball.
But this wasn't just about one foul. It was a trigger, and what followed would shake the foundation of the WNBA. It started with a routine transition. Caitlin Clark was moving down the court, eyes ahead, no ball in her hands, no defender in her space, completely unsuspecting.
Listen, if people want to portray and paint the narrative that there are racial tensions in the WNBA as a result of Caitlin Clark, I would say that's their own problem. I think Caitlin Clark is doing the right thing, rising above all of the crap that she's had to endure. The amount of fouls committed on Caitlin Clark higher than any other player, flagrant fouls committed on Caitlin Clark higher than any other player. Caitlin Clark was worried about playing the game, and that is why she got Rookie of the Year. She was not worried about the BS.
Then out of nowhere, Chennedy Carter charged in from behind, delivering a full-body check that had nothing to do with defense and everything to do with sending a message. The crowd gasped. The bench erupted. The footage went viral before Clark even hit the hardwood. And just like that, the spotlight shifted, not from the game, but to the intent behind the play. Because this wasn't a hustle foul. It wasn't even a heated moment between rivals. It was personal. It was premeditated. It was too far.
That she still is not taking responsibility for her actions. She's finna blame this whole situation on Caitlin Clark supposedly talking smack to her. This is crazy, man. Let's get back to it.
But when Carter finally addressed it, she shrugged, called it basketball, laughed off the hit as a little tap, blamed it on emotions, on trash talk, on Clark supposedly saying something. Yet the video told a different story. No exchange, no confrontation, just a cold, calculated hit away from the ball, with one purpose, to knock Caitlin Clark down.
What is she doing wrong? What more do you want from Caitlin Clark? Seriously, what more do you want from her? She's focusing on the game. She lifted her team up, got them to the playoffs, won Rookie of the Year, and then also is denouncing racial tensions when she's asked about it. I'm sorry, I don't see anything more that Caitlin Clark should have done or could have done.
So I think Caitlin, she moves because she knows people follow her no matter where she goes, and she's very strategic about dictating where her value is.
And for a moment, maybe she thought it worked. But what Carter didn't realize was that the hit didn't expose Clark's weakness. It exposed the pressure boiling beneath the surface of the league, the frustration, the envy, the undeniable fact that a rookie had become the biggest name in the WNBA overnight.
Most points by a point guard in a season in WNBA history. Most double-doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history. Most assists by a rookie in the history of the WNBA. First WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles. First triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. First triple-double in Fever history. The first player to be named WNBA Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month in the same month. First player in WNBA history with 20 or more points, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more rebounds in a game. She won Rookie of the Month 4 times, Eastern Conference Player of the Week, league 3 times, single season rookie record for assists, single season rookie record for 3-pointers, single game record for assists, 19, franchise record for most double-doubles, 3-pointers, career 10 or more assists in a game, franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 3-pointers. She did it in 34 games, most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game, for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000 of those. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 150 assists to start a season, regardless of years in the league. People will say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it herself. You know, LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates. I understand.
And some players couldn't stand it. 2 players, same court, completely different stories. Chennedy Carter had the perfect chance to own the moment, to show leadership, growth, even just a hint of remorse. But instead, she leaned into deflection like it was part of her playbook.
You know what's crazy? Me and my brother went back and watched, and we seen a lot of clips in the NBA of guys getting like pushing LeBron. Like, I think it was Jeff Teague or somebody who like pushed LeBron out of bounds, like said, man, I was mad because like we couldn't stop him. So I'm just like, it's like one of those things, like it happens in basketball. I know people try to say, oh, it's not one of those things.
It's not a personal thing, it's a competitive thing.
It happens in basketball, and like it's just one of those things.
No direct mention of Caitlin Clark, no accountability. Just vague allusions to trash talk, emotional buildup, and a dismissive claim that it was just the heat of the game. Over and over, she minimized it. She called it a little bump, compared it to NBA plays involving LeBron James.
I would like to see Chennedy Carter back in the WNBA at some point. I would like to see Chennedy Carter playing basketball because she has that ability, but clearly her reputation, it's not even just her reputation. You WNBA teams and front offices and even other players feel a certain way about it, or else she would be on a roster. When it comes to who's better than who, there aren't more players on rosters, you know, that are in the league that are better than Chennedy Carter. She is one of the top however many players that there are roster spots for, and better than that.
And tried to convince everyone that this was somehow normal behavior on the hardwood. But normal doesn't send shockwaves through an entire league. Normal doesn't require league review and ignite national outrage. And normal doesn't draw the kind of backlash Carter received, not unless it crossed a line.
As a rookie and making history. And so I understand her point of view. She wants to probably let other athletes shine. She also says, like, it's earned, not given. There are other people that can use that spotlight to compete as well.
Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, she didn't say a word. No tweets, no post-game digs, no interviews blaming anyone. She stood back up, dusted herself off, and kept playing. And that silence, it spoke volumes. She didn't retaliate. She responded. Not with words, but with buckets. She dropped dimes. She lit up the scoreboard.
She was remarkable, on top of the fact that she had to deal with so much hate when she got to the WNBA.
It was a stupid decision because it compromises what your ultimate goal is, which is to elevate the WNBA brand.
She did what she always does, let the game talk. And in that moment, she proved why she's not just a star, she's a professional. Because while Carter was scrambling to spin the narrative, Caitlin was building hers. The contrast couldn't have been clearer. One player trying to justify a cheap shot, the other two locked in to even acknowledge it.
When I look at Caitlin Clark, fans are tuning in to watch her. And you know who that's helping? Everybody else. It's helping the Asia Wilsons. It's helping everybody else, the Plums, all that.
They enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is.
And while Carter's reputation took another hit, Clark's only climbed higher. Front offices took notice. Fans rallied. Analysts doubled down on who's truly carrying the league. And here's the reality. Carter's not off a roster because of a single foul. She's off because teams don't trust her. Atlanta, LA, now Chicago.
We know that the WNBA numbers with her versus the numbers in the WNBA without her also have a major gap. And this really makes us realize the power of Caitlin Clark, the appeal of Caitlin Clark.
The pattern is there, and it's loud. Talent, no question. But trust, leadership, accountability, That's what separates a player from a franchise cornerstone. Caitlin Clark didn't just survive that moment, she owned it. And while Carter vented and backpedaled, Caitlin walked straight through the fire, untouched and unfazed.
I think a play before, maybe I was elbowed. Okay, that happens. Think the next play down, maybe something was said. And then maybe there was like a little clip of somebody like yelling in my face. And then we go down the court. Then I hit like a little bucket, you feel me? Come down, hit like a little nice little mid-range pull-up. And then I just like, you know, just give her like a little like, I'm here. Like, you know, I don't think it was.
This was never just about a hit. It was a spotlight, one that revealed everything the league is wrestling with right now. Caitlin Clark isn't just another rookie. She's a disruptor, a record breaker, a walking headline who's taken the WNBA from the shadows to center stage in less than a season.
If I was the WNBA, I would have considered a separate television package to a network on just Caitlin Clark games. I would have had two packages, the WNBA package, and then a separate, let's say 15 to 18 game Caitlin Clark package.
Whether you like the Indiana Fever or not, whether you like Caitlin Clark or not, it has gotten to the point where we can no longer deny the fact that they are the biggest draw in the WNBA, and they proved that all of last season.
The numbers don't lie. The Indiana Fever, once buried in the rankings, suddenly became the most watched team in the league. Viewership skyrocketed. Attendance historic. A 48% increase in just 1 year. All because one player showed up and refused to dim her light.
You watch every game, every single game, to see if you can find any deflects in my game, and like, it's really nothing that you probably could say too much about. So then you have trolls, and that's why I said they're gonna be around regardless. But yeah, it was just like a nice little like tap, like I'm here, not to like harm you or anything. You know, if you want to push somebody, you're gonna like full force like. But people really made it like a.
And that's where it starts to get uncomfortable, because greatness doesn't always get embraced; it gets targeted. Clark didn't come into the league talking trash or demanding respect. She earned it with triple doubles, with broken records, with game after game that pulled fans off their couches and into arenas.
So yes, the WNBA was growing before Caitlin Clark. Make that abundantly clear. But it was growing incrementally compared to the exponential growth you're seeing now.
I remember when the WNBA started. I was thrilled. I was a fan. I couldn't believe it was an opportunity for me, a 5'2", 97-pound girl, to go play professional basketball. That wasn't going to happen for me. But the idea that it existed was special to me. And now she's offering that to not just little girls, but little boys as well. She's spread the fan base.
And yet, instead of being celebrated, she's been shoved, elbowed, hacked, and now blindsided. The most fouled, the most flagged, and still the most graceful. This isn't just basketball anymore. It's a cultural shift.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised. And people just having, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
And I love that about her. But to watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative. And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't the truth.
Clark's presence challenges everything. Who gets the spotlight? Who defines the face of the league? And how success is supposed to look? She's young, white, confident, and unapologetically competitive.
There's so many players who cite you as an inspiration for their games, including Caitlin Clark, who's just absolutely a phenomenon in college. What's that next step like for her?
You know, next steps, gosh, in this generation, right? You have, I think, just so many more challenges of how to handle yourself as an adult, right? You go through that whirlwind of being a senior in college, transitioning into the W. And then the next step is how to become just an even better leader. And so much of leadership, I think, is listening and learning. And hopefully the more she can get connected to vets in the league and just different people and coaches and anyone that she can glean wisdom from of how to just continue to learn how to be as a connected and inspiring leader as she can be. And a lot of that is walking the walk and not just talking the talk. So she's already on her way. But, continuing to have fun, continuing to anticipate how people are going to try to stop her and being prepared as she can be for next season.
And for some, that's uncomfortable. That's threatening. That's enough to provoke a hit. then call it normal. But the reality is this: the league needs her. Even her critics know it. Without Clark, the WNBA doesn't just lose a star, it loses momentum, marketing, and a massive new generation of fans. She's not just a player anymore, she's the pulse. The moment Carter knocked her down, the world paid attention. But it wasn't Carter who owned the headlines, it was Clark, standing back up, draining threes, and letting the scoreboard speak louder than the noise.
But what they have done to the basketball audience is a travesty, an absolute disgusting travesty. And Steph Curry, I feel sorry for him because they're going to put it all on his shoulders this year.
Regular season viewership, it grew by 20% in 2023. It's grown by 180% now, which means it would take another 5 or 6 years to do what Caitlin Clark has done. Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years.
While others talked, Clark transformed. While others complained, she led. And in trying to push her down, they only elevated her higher. They tried to knock her off balance. They tried to question her toughness. They tried to write her off as hype. But Caitlin Clark didn't flinch. She didn't fold. She rose again.
There is nobody interesting in the WNBA past or present except for Caitlin Clark. They've all shown themselves to be sexist, racist, petty, ridiculous.
What is she doing wrong? What more do you want from Caitlin Clark? Seriously, what more do you want from her?
It's killing you that a straight white woman has come into the league of angry lesbians and dominated everything.
While Chennedy Carter scrambled to justify the unjustifiable, Caitlin stayed locked in, eyes forward, unshaken. No excuses, no theatrics, just buckets. And every shove, every cheap shot, every headline, it only added fuel to the fire. She's not just playing in the WNBA, she's transforming it.
I think that experiencing it, I love Caitlin Clark fans, but Caitlin Clark fans is different. They see square shots in the gang, different. They are very passionate people, and they gonna ride or die.
Listen, Caitlin Clark is a god to her friends. She does no wrong. Do not play. Do not play with her fans.
Let's just say C-Square, I'm happy I'm on the right end of it.
We on the right end of the stick, baby, because
I hate to be.
Listen,
because
they love us right now. But if we go right left, it's over for us.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark fans, I love you back, I promise. Please don't.
Yeah.
Her fans. But the one thing I would say about Caitlin Clark fans that I can't appreciate, they'll go anywhere she go.
Oh, they gonna travel.
She gonna
travel.
And
right there. Right
I
there
just
with
think
her.
it's super dope though, because it's they would literally go anywhere she go, and so she's built that kind of platform. It's damn, that's lit.
The association, they gave us a gym that I paid for, not entirely, but they took money out of my check and I paid for it.
You better get the fucking full usage of that.
Man, I got hot tub, cold tub, weight room, full court basketball room. I walk in today, I'm on one side working out, Caitlin Clark on the other side.
Really?
I look at myself, there you go, 2 fucking legends, Patty.
Did you say what's up?
You know I say what's up, but I'm not the type to say what's up to interrupt your workout because I don't like people to interrupt mine. She can shoot the shit out of it.
And the WNBA assist leader this past year.
She can shoot the shit out the ball.
She's a great shooter.
And she's one of those workout people, got to think, anytime I hit the court, I got to hit that bike. I'm older now, so I got to get on that bike and stroll for a couple 5, 6, 7 minutes. So while I'm strolling through the park, I'm looking at her shoot it. And she's one of those shooters where if you know as a gym rat, you guys know, damn, bro, why you throw that pass bad? Give me the ball in my chest. I'm like, oh, she's a gangster also.
She's lighting people up.
Throw me the ball the way I want it.
What drill was it? What drill was she running?
I don't know. She was doing a 2 in a row corner wing. And if you miss, you have to go back to the next spot. And if you missed again, you have to go back to the starting spot. She had a nice drill. I'm literally still in it.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right. So she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's the face of the league. Agreed.
Just have nothing but great things to say about who she is as a person. Just so welcoming and so warm as an individual that she can have a conversation with anybody. She's cut from the same cloth as me in that regard. You know what? Us Midwesterners, we tend to just, accept everybody with open arms. She was so kind to my family and everyone in the suite when she came to KC. So huge fans of Caitlin Clark.
This wasn't a rivalry. This was a revelation, a moment that showed the world the difference between noise and greatness, between ego and excellence. Chennedy Carter tried to make a statement with a hit, but Caitlin Clark answered with a legacy. And if this is just the beginning, they better get ready, because Caitlin Clark isn't here to fit in. She's here to take over.
WNBA's attendance had a record-breaking high in 20 years with a total of 2.3 million fans attending games. You know what the increase was from 2024 to 2023 in attendance? 48%. That's massive. That's the Caitlin Clark effect.
Phenomenon, yeah.
If Caitlin Clark gets injured, it's over with. Tom.
Every single one of you WNBA players, you better pray that Caitlin Clark doesn't get injured because she's keeping your league afloat.